Buona giornata and welcome to my channel. My name is Stefania if you're new here. So today we're going to be playing with the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe Volume 2. I feel like that's such a mouthful to say. But we are going to be playing with this again. I did a full review yesterday with comparisons, so I will pop that up here in terms of if you want to see that. But today we're going to do one colorful look, one look like this. I'm like, every time I add lashes, I'm like, this is very neutral. And then I put lashes on and I'm like, oh, I'm so fancy now. Even though it's really not. So yeah, we're just going to relax, chit chat, and play with some makeup. So let's go ahead and get into this video. Please don't forget to subscribe down below. I do upload here at least 3 to 4 times a week. Please hit that like button. Do all the things to help me out. I would really appreciate it. Give me a good Valentine's Day gift by doing that. Show the love. And let's go ahead and get into this video. All right, guys, let's get into this. So I'm pretty much just going to read off the names, I think. But we're going to start with the colorful look, which is why I was like, I'm not going to do my whole face makeup right now since I'm going to do a few different looks. Just cleanup wise, it would be easier. And yeah, so we're going to start off with Positivity and then maybe use just a few of the brighter shades of the palette. So I will kind of walk you through that, but I already feel like I'm going to use at least these 2 colors and maybe some of like Hard On. So just playing with the bottom half of the palette for the first look, just because I want the neutral one to wear all day. So we're going to start with Positivity. So I would still just kind of flick it a little bit. Like I said, it's not like it's a whole lot of kick up, but it's still a little bit. But the fallout wasn't bad. I just want to, you know, I don't want to have to be super careful, and I need to do a concealer review, so it's like I don't want it to be everywhere. I know this brush looks stained, but it's actually cleaned. It's just stained. All right, next I'm going to go in with Dance Party. What are your guys' plans for Valentine's Day? I'm like very salty. My parents like texted me literally last night to be like, hey, we're going to go take a trip to Flagstaff, which I've been saying I want to do. And they got cabins and my sister's going. And I'm just like, you guys, I work. Like I can't just like pick up and leave. My mom's like, well, just cancel. And I'm just like, I can't do that. Like, I have new clients. Like, I don't have that. No, I can't just pick up and leave. So, and then she had the nerve this morning to call me and be like, can you watch the dog while I'm gone and the cats? And I'm like, no, I will not watch your animals while you're on vacation that I'm not invited to, essentially. I mean, I'm invited, but like can't go on because you decided this night before. So I'm a little salty, I'm not gonna lie. So, yeah. Anyways, I mean, of course I am gonna actually watch the animals. I'm not that much of a turd, but she's like, can you recommend restaurants? And that's where I drew the line. I was like, absolutely not. Do your own research. I will not. Like, I'm such a turd. Like, but I'm so mad though, because I knew she knows I work on the weekends, and I'm like, you couldn't have planned this a few weeks ago, so I would have taken it off. I don't know. I have a little bit different of a situation. My parents adopted 4 kids. So they're now 12, 11, 10, and 9. But like when they do stuff like this, they always get super like, oh, you're going with your other family. You know, that's nice. I know it's ridiculous, but there's still that little part of me that gets really, I don't know, moody, I guess. But yeah, we're gonna watch their dog this weekend, and I'll watch the freaking cats, even though I don't like them. I'm sorry to cat lovers. Last time my mom asked me to watch the cats, I couldn't find them for 3 days, okay? It was awful. Dogs, you come in the house, they're so excited to see you. Cats, they just hid the entire time, and I was like, oh my gosh, what if they got outside? What if a coyote got them? Like, no. So like I said, I knew that was gonna happen. I'm still gonna have to go over this top part with the first shade we used because I really like it, but like this just kind of covered it, which I knew that was going to be a thing, but I just wanted to see the color, okay? But yeah, Nick, it was really cute. He was like, for Valentine's Day, he's like, what if I get like Papa Murphy's and we watch movies? So I think, what did he get? I don't necessarily want to watch Frozen 2 today. I don't feel like that's a very romantic movie, but I'm trying to think. He got another good one that I was like really excited about watching, and I can't remember what it is. So we're gonna go back in just very, very lightly. I'm gonna go in with that Positivity shade. Because I don't have a lot of lid space, I like to take it all the way up. It's completely up to you if you want to, like where you like to take these, but for me, I just feel like that's the only way I'm gonna actually look like I have color. I can't really do like the whole like 3-layer type thing. I've just, even though I love those looks, like Rocio, like she's one of my favorite channels to watch and the talent she has. But if you don't have a lot of lid space, like I don't feel like it looks as nice because it's just like little tiny lines of blending on top. So to deepen out that outer corner, I'm gonna use the shade Next. I'm trying to think if I want to do some purple in here, but I think I want to just do purple like on the lid. I don't want this to be a crazy like in-depth look. I think you can still use color and be pretty simple with it. I'm gonna dip into Crazy and Next because those are both deeper shades. All right, so these are the shades I was using. I think I am gonna take a little bit of purple, so I'm gonna actually dip into, because these are all gonna look very, like obviously I look very, very pink. So I'm gonna dip into Not My Journey and the one right next to it and just kind of deepen up the crease just a little bit. But yeah, he's like, let's get Papa Murphy's, we'll have some wine, we'll hang out. And I was just like, that sounds great. And then tomorrow we want to check out like an arcade bar that just opened. So those are our Valentine's Day plans, which is not bad because usually he's not the best. I told you guys when he bought me C's candy, I almost lost my shit. I was like, why would you buy me something I don't like? So, oh, that's pretty. I'm so impressed by this palette. But yeah, we did watch Parasite, which won all the Grammy Awards. We finally watched the Grammys. I used to get so excited for them when I was little. And we'd wake up at like 3 o'clock in the morning because in Italy, like the time difference to watch it live. And we'd watch MTV and we'd watch like all the music awards, everything that was on. And I haven't watched them in years. And this week we were like, you know what, let's just watch it and see how it goes. Which sometimes nowadays, like it just gets, you know, they win an award and it becomes a very political type thing. And you're like, okay, this isn't what I thought it was going to be. But I guess, you know, you want to use your voice, you do what you do. But yeah, we were happy Parasite won because we were like, it was actually really good. At first I was like, I don't want to watch this movie with subtitles. You know, I get up to pee. I have to read the whole time. I make myself sound very lazy. I actually enjoy reading, but not when it comes to subtitles or else I can't pay attention to the screen at the same time. But it was really worth it. It was actually a really, really good movie. The only one I didn't like was like Marriage Story. I don't know if you guys watched that on Netflix. I hated it. Like, what a depressing movie. There's the same thing as like The Breakup where I was like, why would I want to watch this? This did not make me like happy. This just made me really depressed and worried. And then, you know, Quentin Tarantino movies, I feel like they always get nominated. I was happy Brad Pitt won, but as far as like the style and makeup, like I was trying to pay attention and I was like, there weren't any looks that I felt like I was like, oh, that's amazing. Like I was just kind of like, oh, everyone looks very classical. You know, we're back, you know, I mean, I guess Grammys, that isn't about being loud, so. All right, so we have a lot of lid options here. We could go in with Empowered, we can go in with Good Place, and we can go in with A Moment. I think I really, really like this center shade, which is A Moment. So I think I'm gonna take that. I'm probably gonna end up going over it with a brush, but oh my gosh, that's gorgeous. That is such a nice shimmer purple. I thought about doing a giveaway for this palette, but I feel conflicted when it comes to giveaways. It's like I want people that like my channel. Like I feel like the point of a giveaway is to draw people in, but generally those people just end up subscribing and then they never come back. You know, they just do it for the giveaway. And I'm like, I want to do a giveaway for like my actual subscribers. So I want to do that in the like near future of doing like maybe a Sephora gift card so that you guys can buy what you want to buy. But I don't want to give it to someone that I'm like, that's never going to return to my channel. I feel like it's a fast way to get subscribers, but not, I don't know. I guess I want people that actually care about my channel, that enjoy hanging out with me. My friends. Oh my gosh, that's really pretty. All right, and then for this look, I feel like we could take like the icy, like pinkish white shade. So I'm gonna go ahead and just take that shimmer above my crease. And I mean, if you want it to be more intense, you can definitely do a cut crease with it, but I figured I just did a cut crease yesterday. And you know, you don't always have to do a cut crease just to get a nice look, so I'm gonna take the other side of my brush. And then like that first, like it's called I'm In It. That's gonna go great with purple looks because it is that iridescent type shade. But I was happy to see that I wasn't the only one that was like, I really wanted a white, like a white shimmer in the palette. All right, I'm gonna take this eye pencil in Insomniac. It's from ColourPop. All right, and then with this JH06 brush, I'm going to take Dance Party. I was cracking up though with all the influencers doing reviews of this palette that like got it in PR, like had the nerve to be like, I don't really like Morphe, and then they all were like, but here's my affiliate code, you know, like I like this palette, but I don't really like Morphe, but if you want to save money, and I'm just like, why do you have the code then? Like, oh, you got some nerve. Like, and I get it, but I mean, there's certain products I definitely like from Morphe. I don't buy a lot from them, but I buy brushes quite often. I always recommend their lip liners because they're only $4, so I just hate the lids. The lids on those. But everything else, I'm like, $4 for a lip liner I really like. I'm gonna go back in with the Positivity shade, and I'm just gonna kind of meet it up here. And then I'm gonna dip back in with Positivity. And I mean, the thing with these is like, just go in and like keep dipping in to make it more intense rather than just like really trying to blend it out. Like they blend well together, but if you want it to be more, then just kind of place it rather than like blending it back and forth. Okay, I love the way that this turned out. I am going to take this off though, and we'll do a neutral look together. But oh, these colors together. And it really wasn't that hard. So let me know which looks you guys love in terms of watching tutorials for. Is it the more neutral looks? Is it the colorful looks? Like I said, I have practiced time and time again of doing like, you know, if I really think about it and doing like 3 or 4 colors and like blending them through. But on my eye shape, I don't end up loving them. This I love because it's just not that complicated. And the shades, like my eye space is suited for this way more than if I was trying to go in with like 3 different shades and layer them like above the crease, if that makes sense. So I love the way this turned out, but I'm going to take it off and we'll play with neutrals and then I'll do my face and all this. All right, look number 2. So I'm going to start off, like I'm going to stay in this half of the palette. I think I definitely already used Loved Handles. Loved Handles. They were loved. Love Handles is so not the word for those. I'm going to go in with Perfectionist first. So I might add a little bit of yellow into this look. But let's just start here. Definitely a very light color. Which is not a bad thing. I'm just, you know, I'm getting a feel for all the colors in here. All right. Change of plans. I'm not liking that. So I'm actually going to go into Comfort Zone, which is another one of those nudes at the top. And just start it there. All right, much better in terms of a transition shade. I like that much, much more. So we are going to take Homebody. Ooh, or do I want to take G Money? Let's take G Money. Okay, and then there's Homebody right there. So we might mix a little bit in, but I feel like all these shades, they have such a nice, like they all go really well together. It was a good shade selection for sure. Oh, we did watch Knives Out. That was pretty good. I really liked it. It's like a murder mystery kind of thing. It reminded me of The Game, which I always sucked at. I don't have patience for games. It's something I'm learning about myself as I get older. Like, I've never been a puzzle person. My sisters, always. Me, never. I could care less. And then I keep buying those, like, adult coloring books because, you know, they're supposed to be relaxing and, you know, of course, all the ones I have, though, are, like, joke ones where, like, they're a whole bunch of, like, penises or something. But I still, like, I don't know why I feel guilty doing it. I'm just like, I should be doing something productive. I cannot just sit here and color, which I need to change that. All right, so now let's mix in a little bit of Homebody. Just to add a little bit more of, like, that reddish tone. It's more like a red-brown. You guys can see I'm taking it a little bit higher up from my normal crease. All right, and then very lightly, I'm going to take a little bit of No Joke. And just really putting no pressure on the brush. Take it above. All right, so I'm gonna take a little bit of thick skin for that outer corner, but this is kind of what I was talking about where, you know, when I look at the palette, I just really wish you would have added one deep brown, because like right here when I'm doing a neutral look, like I don't want to go in with black. I want it to be a softer look. So I'm going to take this one since it's kind of the darkest brown of the palette. Like if I use one of these, it's going to lean more burgundy, and I don't really want that. I want it to essentially just be a neutral look. So that's why I'm like, if you could have changed anything, it would have been to add in one deep brown, because I know we can all, you know, go to other palettes. We have a ton of palettes with that kind of stuff, but I'm really not a, I'm not a palette hopper. Mostly just due to trying to set it up. It just, no, I just don't, I have limited amount of space on a desk, even in my like bathroom when I'm getting ready, unless you like get it ready on the floor. But every time I do that, I swear brushes roll away. My husband gets mad. He's like, why are you in the way? Like, so I don't really bounce around too much unless they're like little palettes. All right, we'll leave it there for now, and if we really need to, we'll figure it out. So there also is this shade Grateful, which is really pretty. But again, it's not going to be deep enough for what I'm talking about. So I think Thick Skin and Homebody are really your deeper brown, neutrally shades. So I'm trying to decide which lid I want to use. I kind of want to do like one of these two colors, which is Flawed and Odd and Talia? Yeah. Let's start with Flawed and Odd, and then we'll go in with the other one as well. Just because I want to see what they look like. But, oh, that's pretty. I'm not gonna lie, I've been playing around with my Dominique Cosmetics palette. The Latte 2 that I was so excited about for all the browns, but I find that every time I'm using it, I'm getting a lot of patchiness, and I'm just like, what is going on here? Like, you guys saw, or if you didn't see, like I did a first, you know, impressions with it, but I'm having issues. Okay, so I could really leave it here and be very, very happy with this, because I really like the Flawed and Odd shade. But let's go into Talia. You know, I did watch her video, but they're 39 shades, you know, so I cannot remember the pronunciation of a lot of these. So I'm just going to take this in the center. I will say my only thing about this palette is some of the way that those like glittery shades are pressed. I'm a little bit worried that they might develop hard pan. I will say that just because I noticed like even just the indents of my fingers using it this first few times. I really hope not, but that's just something I'll have to like update you guys on the more and more I use this palette, which I think will be a lot. So I'm going to take the Flawed and Odd shade and take it up. With these looks, I don't worry about being super precise, but I still want it to look, you know, I still want it to look nice. And again, like if you have the time and you want to do a cut crease, obviously it's going to be a little bit more intense, but I haven't wet any of the shadows and I feel like they're fine dry. Like I'm very happy with this amount of pigment. I don't feel like I need to like go in any more. All right, so I'm gonna do my base makeup and then we'll do the lower lash line. We'll actually complete this whole look, so I'll be right back. All right, so I am back. We are going to use, I know, I'm not gonna use my Fenty Caramel Cutie. I'm not gonna use my two tried and true bronzers of the Benefit Caramel. I'm gonna use this Rituel de Fil. I think I just added that on the end. It's just Ritual. I don't know what's happening here, but this is the bronzer I'm going to use. I really like this because I feel like it can double as a bronzer and a blush because it has those little particles. Particles makes it sound expired. But I really like the shade of this, and I like that it kind of has a different kind of warmth to it. I got to get Nick a Valentine's Day present. And I'm just like, do your men, why? I thought there was an age where they stopped playing video games. What age is that? Like, I'm trying to, like, be nice about it because I'm like, you know, I get that everyone needs something to calm down and relax to when they get home from work. So I try not to bother him about it. But it gets to the point where he's like, don't talk while I'm playing, you know? And I'm just like, I will light you on fire. That's how I feel when he says that to me. I'm like, pay attention. But I'm like, if I buy him a gift card for video games, it's because we watched that freaking show, The Witcher. And now he's like, I need to play that game. And he just gets like super obsessed with it. And I don't get it at all. I don't understand it. I'm like, it's essentially a storybook for adults. If you love video games, I'm sorry. Good for you. But I don't. I like Mario Kart. But that's about it. So it's hard for me not to get a little bit like, should I get him a gift card and do the nice thing? And, you know, even though it's, you know, because it's not for me. But, or is that just encouraging him to play more? Let's go in back with this. I'm going to go in with Homebody. And just buff that out. I love these tones. I don't know if I've ever been so like, I'm like, shut up. But yeah, I mean, for me, like I said yesterday in my other review, like I was just kind of like, if you could just give me a matte white shimmer and a dark brown, I feel like I would be in a mirror. This would be like the palette to beat. And I still feel like it's going to be for sure for this year. I'm enjoying this actually a lot more than the first. I don't remember being this excited for the first one. Like, I like it. It's a staple palette. All right, I'm going to take a little bit of Love Handles just to smoke it out a little bit more towards that outer edge. I will say the black is very useful for tight lining that inner corner. I don't usually like to use a liquid liner just because, you know, that could really ruin things for me. I'm going to dip just a little bit into that Perfection shade. Perfectionist shade. And bring that down the temples. And just kind of tie everything in. Alright, for setting spray, I'm going to use this Farsali. Still don't enjoy that. I'm going to take the shade Bomb from Jaclyn Cosmetics, and I feel like this is going to be a good highlight shade with just this look. Oh, I really like these. I like it a lot. Alright, I don't feel like I need it, but since I got this yesterday, the extra shade, which is it's the lightest one, I'm just going to tap that right there. That's it. And then I just like to do the top of my nose. And then I'm going to use the same shade Bomb for the inner corner because, like I said, I feel like that's what's missing out of the palette, where I'm just like, I don't want a matte color. But this is more of like the goldy highlight. And then I might do the same thing and mix a little bit of that extra because I'm essentially just being extra with all these freaking highlighters right now. For lips, I'm going to grab this Bite Me shade from Morphe. And then I just smudge it out because it is very deep. It's kind of like, it reminds me of MAC Cork. And then I don't know, I could go peachy with this look, but I feel like I'm going to just like go nude. So this is the LC Cosmetics in Bouquet. Very creamy. They do wear off quite fast, but they're so nice and so easy to apply that I don't mind the formula. Like, the formula is nice. It just, you know, it's a very smooth, thin type formula. Only let's start the construction outside. It's a good thing we almost done. All right. I am going to maybe put on lashes. I don't know. We'll see. I'm like, you get 3 tries. That's essentially how I go with lashes. I try them 3 times. If they don't stick, I'm just like, get out of here then. I ain't got time for you today. So I'm going to try to put these on and yeah. All right, guys. So this is the finished look. I really like the way this came out. So these are the lashes. They're from Morphe in the shade. They're in Rodeo. I actually really like these because I can like see my eyeshadow like through them. I don't feel like they're like too overpowering. I still have a hard time finding lashes where I feel like, I don't know, does anyone else feel like this? I put on lashes and I'm all of a sudden just like, I don't look like me. I don't know if that's weird or not, but I am still like, I feel like this is a palette that I will genuinely get excited to use every time I use it. You will definitely be seeing this in more videos, and I hope that that's okay. But you guys know me, I don't I'm definitely not someone who likes to buy a palette and then just put it down after I do the review. Like, I spent my money on this. I will be using it frequently, and I'm very excited about that. So again, I mean, just the things I mentioned yesterday in terms of what I would want in here, but other than that, nothing has been a dud so far, and I've used a good amount of shades at this point. Like, between yesterday's look and today's look, I'm very impressed by this palette, and I understand the whole thing about Jaclyn, but this is just, in my eyes, like, highly recommend. Like, I don't think you'd be disappointed at all. So let me know if you guys have been playing with this. What are your thoughts? It is still available on Morphe, and I think it's coming to Ulta in March, like March 1st. So if you want to go in store and swatch it, I totally get that too. But so far, like, I have nothing but glowing reviews about this palette, which, you guys know me, I don't say that often. Like, I did not like the Morphe Jeffree Star palette. Like, when's the last time you guys have ever seen me use a Morphe palette, really? So, just know that I'm not, you know, definitely not a kiss ass. It's just not in my nature to be one. But yeah, I hope you guys had fun hanging out with me. Have an amazing Valentine's Day. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button before you leave and help me out there. And, you know, share the love with you guys. I highly like you. It's hard for me to be like, I love you, you know, because I don't say that. But just know I really appreciate your guys' support, and I'll see you guys in the next video.